Alright YouTube, so today's video I am actually making this on a Sunday, and the reason for that is because it's kind of important to have this talk, and I've been doing a lot of thinking, and many of you have probably also been doing a lot of thinking with a lot of the new cameras that have come out. So what are we talking about in this video? This video is all about a lot of videos are surfacing now, whether you should, sorry if I'm actually putting my hand in front of this light. Maybe I should move it, but that's fine. We'll just leave it there. I'll do it here. All of these offerings that are out there, and then you're confused. Should you upgrade? Should you not? Should you buy the older version and this and that? So with that, let's get right into the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, right? Highly most anticipated camera probably of the year this year. And it's probably going to, I don't know what the numbers look like, but based on just, communicating with, B&H from time to time and other places, they're selling a hell of a lot of them, which is a good thing, I guess. They're also selling a lot of the Nikon Z6 III cameras, so it's good. People are still willing to spend some money. Sony, I don't know what the heck you're doing because nothing really to buy. So wake up and make something, right? I sound like a gear junkie right now. Let me tell you what I'm thinking, and you tell me what you're thinking and what you plan to do or have already done. So we have some pretty prominent YouTube channels that are doing two things, trying to play with your mind. Should you upgrade? Should you not upgrade? Should you upgrade? Keep the other one. Should you upgrade? Buy the old one? Whatever, And these are very confusing decisions to, someone looking to get into a system, looking to move up in a system, whatever the case might be. I'm going to try to help you with that today. And I'm not sure how long the video is going to be, but in this first 2 minutes, hopefully I've laid that out for you. If you're seriously considering buying one, have bought one, or are second guessing your decision, stay till the end of this video. It's going to be worth it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You are not going to get this take on this, these new offerings in this manner from other channels. And let me tell you what that is. So, very famous couple, YouTube couple, made some videos, and their main goal is to sell you a camera. Obviously, that's how they make money. They don't make any money. They probably make some money off of the videos because they get a lot of views. They have millions of subscribers, so they are, quote, credible. No, just because you're big don't mean you're credible. It just means you just have a lot of people that follow you that don't really use this a lot, but they just follow because they like you. I mean, and some people just follow because of the personality. It has nothing to do with, what's up here. So what should you be doing? Should you upgrade? So let's go to the upgrade section. Before you even go to the upgrade section, let's just go to the new R5 Mark II, brand new, right now. You don't have one. Either you're in a different system, you want to get into the system, you have maybe one of Canon's APS-C, M cameras, a DSLR, whatever. Should you get one of these? My thing is this. If you're asking the question, a lot of people will tell you, if you're asking the question, you probably don't need to upgrade. Well, if you're asking the question, you should upgrade. Because apparently whatever you got ain't tickling your fancy like this new one is, apparently. There's something in there that's sparking that interest. That's why you're here watching this video, other videos, whatever. So keep that childlike faith alive in you. And let me share a perspective with you as we head into the different paths of this really complex juncture where we are. And, buying, upgrading, whatever, selling, buying, whatever. All these different things that come into your mind. It's like, God, overwhelming. It stresses you out. You have one life to live. I don't know each and every one of your financial situations. Whatever your financial situation is, maximize that financial situation to get the most out of the life that you can produce for yourself here while you're on this earth. Don't let any freaking YouTuber, including myself, dictate how full your life can be and how fruitful that can be. Don't do it. You're making a big mistake. Big mistake. If your gut tells you, I like the new camera, I like upscaling, I like being able to shoot 30 frames per second raw, if that's what you need. I like X, Y, and Z. I like whatever, right? Don't let someone else that doesn't like those things or thinks that they're gimmicks steal your thunder. Because that's what they're doing, really. So they have a double whammy that they do. Maybe you shouldn't get the new one. Maybe you should just use my link and go to KEH and buy a used one. What are they doing? One way or another, hook that son of a gun to spend money with us. They don't give a shit for you or your aspirations or your dreams. One bit. They don't care. They want to get that credit card out of your wallet, whether it's at KEH, whether it's at one of their affiliate links. Would I be excited if you use my link to buy the camera? Sure. Many of you do that. That's fine. You don't have to. I don't really care. I need you to look at you first and take care of you before you take care of me or your favorite YouTuber. And the only thing I can tell you is one thing I learned from my parents, my grandparents, and that was dream, but dream big. What's the point in dreaming small, guys? You might not have as much money as the guy next to you, but you're just as rich as that person here in the heart and in the mind. Because every human being has the capacity to go above and beyond what they think they can do. And the only thing stopping them from doing that is them. If you believe that you should have an R5 Mark II or an R1 or a Z6 III or a Z9 or Sony A1 or Sony A9 III, get it. Find a way to do it. Seriously. Because tomorrow is not guaranteed. You ain't gonna be here tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Life is by the moment you live. It's every moment. Guess what? In this video right now, I am at 8 minutes and 13 seconds. And now I'm at 8 minutes and 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds. Every moment is flying by. And I can't stop it. I cannot bring it back. Once you understand that, then you ask yourself the question, should I upgrade? If you're asking the question, my take is, pull the trigger, buy it. Buy the camera. Not a gun. We don't shoot guns. We shoot pictures and we celebrate life. Buy it. And then the topic becomes, oh my God, but you can save $2,000 and you can buy the older R5, which is just as good of a camera. Okay. If many of you remember, when the R5 originally came out, it wasn't even the same camera that it is today. It took them 4 years to fix things, upgrade things, give you things, whatever, to get it to where it is right now. This guy, it's got everything that the R5's got and 10 times more. This is not an incremental update. This is a brand new effing camera from the ground up. And if you are living under this fantasy world that older R5 is every bit as good as this, you're crazy. Because I have seen photos out of this after shooting now about 17,000 of them. that the difference between the R5 and the R5 II is so negligible, and you got a stack sensor, and you got this, and you got that, and you got this, and you got that, and you got... These are not small things. This is not just some kind of a firmware update refresh bullshit like Sony does and give you a new camera. And then maybe just add a chip. They stacked the sensor. The whole heart of it. That's not a joke. And a stacked sensor has almost as good dynamic range as one that is non-stacked. And it being as fast as it is literally 2 times faster than the previous sensor. Why do you not want that? So let's talk about it now. To the older camera. Buy the old one at $2,000, you get a good deal. For $2,300, you can get a refurb. Why the hell would I buy something from KEH? I would buy one from Canon, get a full warranty for $2,300 refurb. And when Canon runs deals on it, it goes below that. Sometimes. Just keep a lookout for it. If that's what you really want. But keep in mind, you're spending $2,000, $2,500 on a camera that is... I'm going to say this lightly because it's going to hurt some feelings. Outdated. It's 4 years old. Do you really think Canon's going to sit there and get you to firmware update 3.0 on that? They're not. They're done. And so are you, my friend. So if you spend that $2,000, ask yourself the question. Whatever features are in that camera when you buy it today as a used camera, and whatever firmware update you got, are you good with living with that feature set for the next at least 4 years or more? If not, you're wasting your money. Because that $2,000 camera that you buy today is not going to stay $2,000 in another 6 months and 12 months. It's going to keep going down. And you're always going to wish... I wish I had what the R5 Mark II actually has. I wish... Hey, Canon, can you just put it in here? Hey, Canon, can you just give me that? Just give it to me. That's what happens. No. This is why I keep saying, if you're spending $2,000, $2,500 of your good money, save a little bit more, wait a few months, and just buy this sucker and call it a day. Why are we bullshitting and wasting our life? And guess what you can do then? You can shoot this guy for the next 3 to 4 years. State of the art in your hand. And what do you think Canon's going to do to the firmware updates on this? All kinds of stuff coming. That's going to make you drool. That you ain't going to have on your original R5 anymore. And know that love ain't going to translate because they're going to sit there and say, it doesn't have the accelerator processor in there, can't give it to you. Sound familiar? Sony doesn't have the same chip, can't give it to you. Doesn't have this, can't give it to you. This is a game that the brands play. Mind games. When this camera was announced, my story now. Within 30 minutes. So first they announced the R1 and I was ready to, it was loaded on my B&H cart, ready to buy it. And then the dude on the thing from Canon said, hold on, but we have another camera we're introducing. I think I've told this story before. And then they started talking about this. And then they said, blah, 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 blah. It's got everything but the cross-type AF. And 45 megapixel sensor. And it's stacked and. I'm sitting there thinking, you got to be kidding me. What do you think the first thing I did before I even ordered this thing? While that announcement's going on. And I watched it at about 5:30 in the morning. I go to KEH.com and I said, KEH, I have an R5 to sell with this, this, and this, and like new minus condition. How much would you give me? They said X. I said, fantastic. Went to MPB. I said, how much would you give me? They said X. I said, KEH looks better. I'm going to put it in a box and send it. And by 6:30 a.m., my box was packed with my original R5 with the battery grip. over to KEH. So, if you do use Tony and Chelsea's, coupon code for KEH, you might end up with my camera. Once you buy one from KEH, the original R5 or the battery grip, call me and give me the serial number and I'll tell you if it's mine. So you might have the liberty to be able to own mine. But if you're going to buy a new one, use my links down below and buy it. Buy it, because I'm telling you to upgrade. Just freaking do it. Yes, it might be tight for a little bit, but guess what? You'll have the latest and greatest in technology. You'll have the latest and greatest in updates. And you will have nothing else to worry about for the next at least 4 years till the Mark III comes out. Right? So why are we bitching? Why are we so confused? All I can tell you is live your life. Live in the moment. And I'm giving you this advice after shooting Canon for nearly 38 freaking years. Same thing applies to Nikon. The moment the Z9 Mark II is announced, if I had a Z9, it would already be on sale. Gone. Why? Because I know the love is going to eventually stop. Because once a new model is out, guess what they're going to do? Make sure that the adoption of this continues to sustain the system. A 4-year-old Nikon Z9 and a 4-year-old Canon R5, that ain't feeding Canon right now, putting food on their plate. The R5 Mark II, the R1 is putting food on their plate. Z6 Mark III is putting food on their plate. That's what's going on. Same thing with Sony, the A9 III. Well, they didn't sell too many of those, so they make something else and they sell it. They sell a ZV, EV, whatever. Those thingies. I'm going to make a video on this very guy that I'm actually recording on right now because it won some awards, and it's one of the most fun vlogging cameras I've ever used, and I use it in the studio. You guys never complain about the quality. And no, it hasn't even overheated. Look, I've been recording on it. So, my recommendation, go for it. Live your dreams, guys. Because no one is guaranteed tomorrow. Canon will not give you another R5 for 4 freaking years. 4 years. We're not playing that Sony game with every 6 months we're sending these people on a doom buggy ride and we're putting them in the middle of the desert and doing all these stuff and going hot air balloons. They ain't doing any of that shit anymore. That every 6 month crap is over. Even from Sony. You're not seeing anything for at least 3-4 years apart. So we're back to the DSLR cycle. So if you think some magic's going to happen and the R6 Mark III is going to magically give you everything that this camera has, you're a fool. It's not. It's not. It'll have its own thing. It'll probably take the R3 sensor, the stack sensor from there, stick that in there, and give you a 24 megapixel, but it ain't going to be 45 like this. Is it going to be an R1? No, it's not. It'll give you some other things that the R1 has, and it probably will have the accelerator chip in there because all of the new ones will have that. Then once all of the accelerator chips type of cameras that they have will start to get all the updates, and the ones that are the non-accelerator type will just get, yay, we added a new lens. Here's a new lens. What do the other accelerator ones get? We're going to give you this new feature. Hey, we just thought about actually adding, the action sports that we got. Volleyball, soccer, basketball. Guess what? We're going to put American football, rugby in there. We're going to put something else in there. Cricket in there. Cricket. It's a sport. What are you going to get on this? I mean, if you had the original R5, what are you going to get on that? Nothing. And then you're going to sit there and scratch your head. Oh my God, my son actually plays American football and I can't actually track him anymore. I wish I had action priority. Yeah, you should have bought the R5 too when you had the chance. I'm having a freaking blast with this CVF. Absolute blast. I would not go back to the original R5 after using the R5 too. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't. Now, all these people telling you go back just as good, they're lying. They don't want to spend the money. They're freaking flat out lying to you. Is R5 original a bad camera? Not at all. But this year, yeah, it costs a little bit more right now. But the original R5 was $3,800. That one's $4,299. It's not that much more. You're already going to spend $2,000, $2,500 for a used one, a good one. Just buy this thing and call it a day. You know you want it, right? Go after what you want. Don't settle for what you can just get by. Seriously. If you shoot flash, it does some cool things. But, you know, you guys can figure that out. Because you guys are smarter with your own money. I have never been, I'll say this to you, and then I'll leave you with this. Okay, the video is already at 20 minutes. We've got 20 minutes of moments. 20 minutes times 60 seconds, right? How much is that? 12,000 moments, something like that, whatever that number is, that have gone by in this video. I could be sitting here today, I could be gone the next moment. Same thing can happen to you. Live it up, guys and gals. Don't stop yourself from being the best you that you can be, and afford the best you that you can do. If you want to get the Leica Q343, figure out a way. Sell some shit, whatever you gotta do. If you have the money, pull the trigger and just buy it. It's an ultimate camera for a true photographer that's an artist. There is going to be nothing that can touch that camera. Nothing. People will complain, moan, bitch, and groan because they had no intention of ever buying it. That's what these people are doing. Oh, it's the worst camera that I've ever used. Really? I use 3 systems. It ain't the worst camera at all. I use the A9 too. They used to say the same thing. Oh my God, it's terrible. Oh yeah, it's out there. Oh, it sucks. I love my A9 too. I do. Don't fall for it. You guys are better than that. Leave your comments below what you're going to do or what you've already done. And if you already bought the old one and are feeling remorse, and if you're able to send it back, send the shit back. Just get the new one. Just do it. Use my links and get the new one. Let's get this show on the road. You guys go look at my tutorials. You will not find tutorials like that anywhere on freaking YouTube with that kind of detail. I still have 4 more to go. They're coming. I have to plan them to go through it page by page by page. No one's got it. All these big guys, they just talk a lot of mumbo jumbo. They can't really give you the value so you can get the most value out of the money that you're spending. So with that, like, subscribe, be nice to each other, go out there, create your magic, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you.